I'm on vacation this week, but even when I'm on vacation, I need to eat. And to help me eat this week, I'd like to welcome my special guest. Your name is Mom.
That's Mom, that's me. Thank you, Matthew, for welcoming me into my kitchen.
You're welcome. Now what are we going to make today?
Today we're going to make soup.
But I've already made soup, as longtime viewers will have known. Why are we making soup again?
I make it differently.
Are you telling me there's different ways to make soup?
Yes, indeed, my son.
How are we going to make soup today?
Well, first of all, I believe you made tomato soup. Today we are making chicken noodle, but not just chicken noodle.
No.
4th generation soup. This came from Matt's great-grandma Belton and has been passed down through the ages, and it is a pure winner, as Matt will attest, because he remembers eating it. Do you?
I remember.
Okay.
First
of all, we do need a package of soup. You can see that I'm not using Lipton's. It doesn't matter. You can use whatever you'd like. But
just as good as Lipton's.
just as good, yes, yes.
Table talk.
Yes.
Not good in poker.
Oh, okay. What we do first is we have extra large noodles. This is the difference in this recipe. I have my water boiling, as you can see. We add it.
Drop the noodle.
Well, I can't put that one back in. I would probably put it back in.
Yeah.
This has to now boil for approximately
I'm good.
5 minutes. Then we will add the envelope of soup, because these noodles take a little bit longer than these teeny weeny ones.
Okay.
That's all we need to do at the moment.
I shouldn't have eaten that. So, chicken noodle soup.
Yes.
And extra noodles.
Yes.
That's a whole lot in soup. I don't suppose there's anything else.
Absolutely. This is, I know. This is the creme de la creme of chicken soup. And what we do is we add cheese. This is the favorite, I believe. However, you do not add the cheese while the soup is cooking on the stove. So, while I'm doing this, I have my trusty IKEA cheese grater. As you can see today, you can use any kind of cheese.
Any kind of cheese.
But this is marble, and as our little Emma calls it, rainbow cheese.
Rainbow cheese.
So we're using marble cheese. Need a good portion because people like to put a lot of cheese on their soup. Actually, we're broadcasting today from Brights Grove, Ontario. And today is a very, very rainy day, so it's a good day to do a soup cooking show.
Great day for the beach.
Well, no it's not. So we're having soup instead.
Soup.
And the grating of the cheese is now complete. As you can see, we're going to bowl.
That's a lot of cheese.
We will save that for later on.
Okay.
Now, Matt, as I mentioned earlier, 5 minutes has now passed by with the big noodles cooking.
It doesn't seem like 5 minutes.
Well, it is.
Okay.
This is your mother speaking. Open up the tiny noodles, and as you can see, would you like to taste one of those before we cook it?
Not really.
Add these tiny noodles to the soup mixture. Stir. And then cover. Oops. A little bit on the... I'm so glad you invited me to be on your show, Matt. I hope that we have many, many more episodes.
Many more episodes.
I wasn't sure whether I would be able to bring a recipe that would meet Matt's standards of complexity, but I think we have managed. Put the lid on it, down to simmer.
We'll see when we eat it.
Okay, so now we have to wait another 7 minutes for the soup to finish cooking.
Okay, starting now.
Very good.
Is the soup ready?
Well, Matt, I'm just checking here. It looks like it's good to go. I would say, though, it took a little bit longer than my estimated, did I say 8 minutes?
It's at 7.
7.
So it took 7.5.
We now come to the best part,
Best part.
which is serving it up and enjoying. Sometimes, if you don't seem to get enough noodles, I take a strainer, take a whole big bunch of them.
Important noodle tip.
Here we are. So now we'll go over to the table and enjoy our meal.
So here's our finished soup. Is it finished though?
No, remember when we grated the rainbow cheese?
I remember that.
Well, we take some rainbow cheese and we place it on top of the soup so it can melt.
Melted
Here.
cheese.
Now this soup is extremely hot. When Matt and his siblings were little, to speed up the process, I used to add a little bit of cold milk. But since we are adults now, we can wait until our soup cools to the proper temperature, can't we, Matt?
No, we cannot. We need some to drink too.
Some to drink, yeah. Anyway, it's been a joy being on your show.
Why, thank you for joining me, Mom.
You're welcome, Matt.
Let's get a look at the soup. Here we have finished soup.
See how the cheese is melted.
4th generation deluxe.
Yes, Grandma Belton soup, I call it.
4th generation Grandma Belton soup.
Yeah. Yummy.